Yo, what's good, everyone? This is Ayo Boxing with Madiba, and we're here to talk about Gervonta Tank Davis admitting Ryan Garcia will be his hardest opponent. Recently, Tank had an interview with the boxing scene, and when asked if Ryan Garcia will be his most difficult opponent, Tank responded by saying, quote, "He's the toughest, I would say," end quote. It was a short interview, but it pretty much confirms what a lot of people were already thinking. And yes, I do believe that Ryan will be Tank's hardest opponent to date, but when you sit down and analyze this fight, it's kind of weird that Ryan will be Tank's toughest opponent. When you compare Ryan to Tank's other opponents, Ryan has no accolades nor accomplishments. Ryan has never been a world champion despite being in position to fight for one, and his biggest win is against Luke Campbell. I mean, Luke Campbell is a good opponent, he's an Olympic gold medalist, and his only other loss was to Lomachenko. But Luke Campbell isn't even a former world champion. Jose Pedraza, Leo Santa Cruz, Yuriorkis Gamboa, and Hector Garcia are all former Tank opponents, and they are far more accomplished and have better resumes than Ryan Garcia. But Ryan is considered Tank's toughest opponent. And don't get me wrong, Ryan has more talent than those guys, he's in his prime, he's bigger than those guys, and he has real deal power. So I understand why this is a tough fight for Tank. But I just find it interesting how we characterize certain boxers depending on the situation. And what makes this even more strange is that Tank versus Ryan, which is the biggest fight in boxing, is a fight between an interim champion and a contender. You have to remember that the real champion at lightweight is Devin Haney, the undisputed champion. Tank only has the regular WBA belt, while Haney has the Super WBA belt, but yet this fight is being promoted as a championship fight. It's interesting how every time Haney's name is mentioned, Tank and Ryan and their respective teams always try to dismiss him. You'll hear Ryan say that belts don't matter and that he considers Tank the true champion and number one at lightweight. You even got Bernard Hopkins, a former undisputed champion himself, say that belts don't matter. But you never heard Ryan say this when he was interested in fighting Kambosos. When it comes to Tank and his team, including Showtime associated promoters such as Leonard Ellaby, you'll hear them talk about money and putting butts in seats are more important. But you never heard them say that when Tank fought Hector Garcia. I'm not hating on Ryan or Tank, but someone has to point this out. Hopefully, the winner of this fight will fight Haney. The WBA is trying to consolidate the regular and super titles in each weight class, so the winner can most likely petition the WBA to fight for undisputed, depending on if Devin Haney does beat Lomachenko, and if he stays at lightweight. But who knows, this is boxing, anything can happen. But thank you for tuning in with Ayo Boxing with Madiba. Hit like and subscribe, and more content's coming your way.